right now, several Republican senators sounding an alarm about the chances of the Senate ratifying a nuclear agreement with Iran. They say a deal will not pass unless it requires the, quote, complete dismantlement of Tehran's nuclear program. Take a listen to Lindsey Graham.
I'm okay with Iran having peaceful nuclear power. I'm okay with them building new nuclear power plants as long as they don't enrich. That the nuclear fuel supply comes from outside of Iran. It will be completely controlled. Anything short of that would be a bad deal. Anything short of that, I think, would ensure over time they get a nuclear weapon.
And Joey Jones joins us now. Thank you for being here. This has vexed many administrations. It's been going on for a long time. I would say Iran is probably at its weakest at the moment because of what Israel has been able to do to degrade its capabilities. But this nuclear issue is a sticky one.
It is. You know, I give Lindsey Graham a lot of flack because in my mind, he really embodies and takes up that mantle of war hawk. I fought in Iraq and Afghanistan. I look back, and I won't say those were needless wars, but they could have been handled much differently. And going through 20 years of that, I've not seen Lindsey Graham change his tone and tenor, and I give him credit for sticking to his beliefs. But it's my job, as someone who fought that war for 20 years with a platform, to say, when are we going to do things a little bit differently as far as how we assess? I'm all about using our military might to keep us safe. When we talk about unilaterally bombing Iran's nuclear sites, there are a lot of vulnerabilities there. Number one, what's the retaliation on Israel? But number two, President Trump loves to tout the Abraham Accords and the progress he's making slowly but surely in the region of the Middle East. And what signal does that send to some of those other countries that are friendly but not necessarily our friends? Diplomacy is President Trump's primary goal here, and I think he'll do it.
Let's listen to Senator Tom Cotton, because he was the other one who made some comments. Listen here.
Now, to be blunt, there's no benign or good reason for Iran to have any of this. And it's proof in and of itself that Iran cannot be trusted with key parts of the nuclear fuel cycle, particularly the infrastructure and expertise needed to enrich or reprocess uranium. This is what happens when a bad deal and indecisive American leadership leave Iran's nuclear ambitions virtually unchecked.
What about, thinking ahead, like the fact that Iran is at any point right now 2 to 3 weeks away from being able to have a nuclear weapon? And Obama said he would degrade those capabilities. That didn't happen, and that didn't happen under first Trump administration or Biden, and now we are at this crossroads.
I think you have to put yourself in the minds and seats of American people. For how long have we heard Iran's weeks away from a nuclear weapon?
A long time. I used to say it.
Close to 10 years, I guess, or more.
More.
And so the American people that voted this president in asked for a different way of looking at things. If we are going to, as this deal, as Lindsey Graham and Senator Cotton want out of this deal, if we're going to ask for complete and total eradication of their nuclear program, what leverage do we offer? We either have to offer them an incentive or a consequence. So maybe this is working in concert. Maybe the Lindsey Grahams of the world are that consequence. Right. But if that's the case, what's the leverage that President Trump is bringing to the table?
I think it would be the civilian nuclear capabilities. All right, I want to also ask you about this because Russia and China, they're having a 4-day get-together. That's a long time. To be with cousins, so to speak. This is what a joint statement said. The United States and its allies are trying to promote NATO's eastward expansion into the Asia-Pacific region, building small circles in the Asia-Pacific region, and win over countries in the region to promote their Indo-Pacific strategy, undermining regional peace, stability, and prosperity. Wow, they needed me to help edit that. But what do you think about them getting together and trying to push back against the rest of us?
I think it's a residual effect of the Biden administration. We have isolated, and when I don't say we as in we've done something wrong, but we have allowed these two countries to become isolated in the way that they are finding power among each other. They're not friends, and they're not ever going to be friendly. The day that the United States is removed from the world, they go to war. I mean, they see themselves as competition. We're just the enemy of their enemy in a lot of ways. I think that President Trump, unlike probably any other president, has the ability to find maybe not peace, but stability with both countries. And I think that the Ukraine, obviously the war in Ukraine is a big part of that, but we're in a cyber and economic war with China, and there's no mistake about that.
That's what I said about the military parade. I'm like, it's the things you can't see that are most important right now. Can you tell me about your new book? Yeah,
this is so exciting. Thank you so much for letting me bring it on today. We're announcing the book. It's not available till June 17th. It's called Behind the Badge, and it's about 9 first responders. And it's not just like NYPD and LAPD. It is local firemen, Baltimore County SWAT, Maine game warden, Border Patrol search and rescue, some folks like Sheriff Mark Lamb that you've heard of.
Wait, what does a Maine game warden talk about?
A Maine game warden does so much more than game. He was a diver that helped find expired people, bodies.
Wow.
The trauma he went through, he decided, what if I found someone alive? So he gets a dog, trains it, it becomes the most valuable asset in the Maine Game Warden service, and he starts finding people alive. He ends up having to use his weapon in service, the only Maine Game Warden to ever do that.
Wow.
And just the trials and tribulations of each of these.
That sounds like great stories all throughout.
They are, and they're all people I've known for years and years.
Love
They're friends
that.
and family.
Well, I look forward to that book indeed. Thanks, Joey Jones.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.